of the stadium acknowledge me.
Let's go!
Say his name and he appears.
I believe in Scoops. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kick It to Scoops. I'm your host, Cooper, the sole admin of AFL information, trade rumors, and results. And what a loaded show I have for you guys and girls today, right here on Kick It to Scoops. We have a big show lined up for you all. A little bit later than normal, but better late than never, as they say. What a round of football. If you had followed me through any of the live streams I've done recently or any posts, and you've noticed some things that I've said that this was the best round of this season by far. Now, I had made that statement on Saturday night after the first 6 games of the round. All of them were close, and all were basically under a goal and thereabouts. Or every game, till the end was up for grabs. And what an amazing round we've had. 6 glorious games. 6 glorious games, sorry. And then we had, games on the Sunday where the Saints beat Richmond easily by 48 points. Up the Saints. Philippo was laid out with illness, so hopefully Mateus is all good. And then the Bulldogs got upset by the Crows. The Crows smashed it from the start to the finish. And then what the flip and how happened to Carlton? The Hawks smashed by like 80 points. It's just unbelievable. Hawthorn are now somehow past Carlton on percentage. They're both on the same points. Carlton are vulnerable, but now the Bulldogs slipped the unslippable, as they say. I didn't think that, but a lot of people said that. And now they're vulnerable as well. They got an easy game this week, and they got the Giants in Ballarat in the last game. That game, and whoever Hawthorn's playing, is going to be massive. And Carlton have St Kilda in the last round. Oh, we want to spoil the Blues party. Like we intend to spoil Geelong's party this week in beating them. Now, Scoops goes bang. We're going to bring up the Craig McRae chat, the 950-metre penalties, etc. The AFL forcing Craig to give a please explain. I can't speak. That's how ridiculous the AFL are in what they said. And making Craig issue a please explain when he said nothing wrong. We'll get to that very shortly. My Supercoach talk, my team of the week. I want to again announce that my All Australian team for 2024 will be announced on the week of the bye round, which is the week 1 of the AFLW season, which is on between round 24 and week 1 of the AFL finals. The AFLW show will be returning that week on the Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. The Scoops medal will be on that week as well. And this podcast, Kick It to Scoops, will be on in the first 3 days as well. I just got to sort out the order of that in that week. And then also, if you haven't checked out any of my recent videos, I have some matchday vlogs. I was at the AFLW state championship matches yesterday at Moorabbin. Sandringham, St Kilda's VFL Lion Club, who also won yesterday at the Zebras, who St Sandringham might be playing for us. Now, yesterday I was at Moorabbin for 2 back-to-back games between WA versus Vic Country, SA versus Vic Metro, and the AFLW state championships. And the future of the AFLW is very bright. In those 4 teams alone that I watch, there's so many good players from all 4 sides in those teams that I watched yesterday. And the future of the AFLW is in great hands with those players to be in the future. I mean, I could list off so many names, but you should know who they are. All right, and go check out them vlogs. We greatly appreciate it. And also on top of that, any interviews and Gold King challenges I've done recently, go and check them out. Heck, even if it's a video from random 4 months ago, go and check it out. Leave a comment, smash the like button. We'd greatly appreciate it. We're aiming for 27 likes for this video. I'll just randomly choose number 27. Plus 1. So 28 likes for this video. I would greatly appreciate it if you could be at least the one to like the video. And speaking of the one, the tribal chief, the one, Roman Reigns, the OTC, the original tribal chief, is back at SummerSlam last Monday. like me, you shall all acknowledge him, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, and me, Scoops. Acknowledge me. All right, let's get into it now. Starting off with this. You want me on Cameo? Head to cameo.com/Cooper G. Want me to roast a friend, wish my birthday, anything at all, cameo.com/Cooper G. As I said, smash and like, subscribe to if you haven't already, please and thank you. On the road to 3K, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And there will be some prize giveaways once we hit 3K, but I'm looking at these prices. There might be new prizes as well. So you want this new prize or prizes, get subbing and get me to 3K. Would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Enjoying everyone I've had on the podcast, whether that's in an interview or a Gold King challenge or just interacting with. It means a lot more than you may think. So I really, really do want to appreciate you all that are always by my side, and they know who they are, who send me a message here and there or frequently. I greatly, greatly appreciate you all. It means a lot. Now, let's start off with the world famous segment, Scoops Goes Bang. Boom. You know, I'm not putting out the footage because the AFL are gone on a striking spree lately, so I'm not going to put any footage up. But like they've done to other pages. So I'm not taking that risk. So Craig McRae in his presser basically alluded to the umpiring being a disgrace. And, you know, we don't see Craig McRae get angry. And I would know, having spoken to him on the podcast a few times, just seen him go about his weekly pressers, and just the type of guy Craig is. He's a fantastic guy. Craig McRae is a fantastic guy. And he doesn't blame umpires for any games. But this week, he was pissed off with him, and he had every right to be him. That Swans Pies game, I tell you what, I want to get to the umpire in a sec. But what did Craig say that was wrong? You know, people will go, oh, well, Collingwood get looked after all the time. They get looked after against North this year. Yeah, Collingwood do get looked after. Yeah, Collingwood did get lucky against North. But what the hell is that going to do with this game that Craig was alluding to? He basically said, yeah, if this was at the MCG, things would be it would be a different story. And people go, oh, well, so you're implying that you would have gotten it. Yeah, he is. Wake up. That's what he's saying. So basically he's telling you all why a team's getting favored because it's their home ground. Okay? It's ridiculous. The Pies got robbed, and Craig spoke the damn truth, and he's getting in trouble for it by the AFL. Because the AFL doesn't like you spitting facts on them. They just want you to be people that suck up to them and do what they want you to do and say what they want you to say. I love that Craig had a go at him. And screw up. Screw your please explain AFL. Craig should be getting a please explain from you for being utterly useless at your job. Craig said the truth. How about you actually umpire the game properly, and maybe we wouldn't have these bloody arguments where the coaches are getting pissed. I love it when the coaches get pissed at the umpiring, because the umpiring is pathetic. This year is the worst style of umpiring we've ever seen. Andrew Dillon and Laura Kane need to go. How many times do I have to tell you this? Get rid of both of them. They're both terrible at their job. They've done nothing to improve the game. They've made it worse. They've made it worse, okay? Get rid of it. They've both got to go. What did Craig say that was wrong? Nothing. Now, John Longmire also spoke about Craig McRae's comments. Now, Sydney obviously were involved in the game. I believe this was at a presser today and not on Friday night. I don't know exactly, but it doesn't matter. Craig McRae's comments led to John Longmire having his say. And he's basically having to go at Craig saying, you know, about very hypocritical, blah, blah, blah. I'm not wording how he worded, but I'm paraphrasing. Is that the right saying? I'm rewording basically what John Longmire said. God, I can't speak today. I don't know what the hell's going on. I spit facts, but yeah, anyway. John Longmire saying that Craig said about, you know, the Collingwood North game, blah, blah, blah. Yes, John, we know the Pies got lucky against North. Craig didn't deny that. So what are you saying, horse? You won. Yeah, you can be pissed at Craig saying you won due to the umpiring, because you did win due to the umpiring. Yeah, they choked a 5-goal lead. That's on them. And that's part of the why they lost, because they choked the lead. Now, when Errol Goulden kicked the goal to put the Swans in front, till then, there was no screwed, dodgy, match-fixing type style of umpiring. So there was some shit calls and everything, but not match-fixing type. But those last three were blatant cheating. Now, let's get to those three. Now, this is now away from Craig and away from Horse. It's back at the umpires in the AFL. Dan McStay. Actually, no, that was the last one, so we'll leave that to last. Darcy Moore got paid for deliberate. Now, I've been told by someone that there was 6 on that night that was paid deliberate in favour of Sydney, or just in general. That is disgraceful. And if it's there, it's there. Now, I'm no Mason Cox fan, but I'm sorry. How the hell was that deliberate? They were behind with like a minute and a half to go, maybe a minute. Why would he be going for the boundary for? Can you please explain to me why he's trying to kill time? They're losing. He doesn't want to kill time. If you watched his arm properly, he's facing kind of like, say the... Oh, it's hard to explain from... say here, right here's the boundary line, okay? He's trying to curve it... Oh, I've got to go the other way. He's trying to curve it in like that, okay? Back into the field of play. He's trying to, like, curve it like that. There we go. Trying to curve it like that. Okay? Why would he be trying to hit it out that way? Down there. Like, that just makes no sense. He tried to curve it. He hit it softly, just so, you know, it could stay in play, not be class level if he just slapped it hard. I thought he did the right thing, and he got penalised for it. Rubbish. Disgraceful. And the Darcy Moore one was even worse because Darcy Cameron was there when he tapped it towards the boundary, but Darcy Cameron was there. Again, around the same time frame, probably within 30 seconds to a minute of each other. That was not deliberate either. The AFL are a joke. No matter who it is, they screw someone over every week. And this week it was Collingwood. Like, seriously. And then, the Dan McStay 950. My God. Are you kidding me? Tom McCartan clearly went over the mark by a fair bit and didn't even go back, and you didn't pay 50. And McStay's like standing going, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, basically then forced to play on because McCartan's moving and the umpire said bloody nothing. And then they lost. That would have put him about 20 to 25 metres directly in front. Now I know people say, oh, how do you know he was going to get it? He was going to get it, okay? So Collingwood got screwed the game. And even if he did get the 50 and then he missed, he was still down about 20 seconds. So they still, or whatever, maybe 15. But they still could have won. They could have had another chance if they needed another chance. And then Sydney could have got the ball out the middle if Dan McStay got the goal with 15 seconds left and scored themselves, and then they won. We're not talking about it. I'd still be talking about it. You can't hypothetically speak there and tell me what was going to happen. He was robbed of an opportunity to win the game. So Collingwood did get screwed. And I've had Craig on twice, and as I said, I've heard his presses a lot, heard him speak. He's a great speaker. He knows what he's saying. He's smart. And he spit facts on the AFL. He doesn't whinge about umpiring like ever. Even when they've been screwed in the past, he doesn't say nothing. But he has more of a right to be more pissed off at this one because this is more than likely cost Collingwood finals. And they got screwed in the process in the game and then screwed out of finals. So he's every right to be pissed off. The AFL can stuff their bloody please explain up there, you know what. And no, they need to explain to him why they got robbed of a finals appearance in 2024 due to that crap. That is what the AFL should be doing. They should be please explaining themselves for why they give us dodgy umpiring each and every bloody week in pretty much every game. It's a joke. To the AFL, not to Craig, to the AFL. Lift your game. Pathetic. Unbelievable. Hope you guys and girls enjoyed that edition of the world-famous segment, Scoops Goes Bang. Now, breaking news from Paddy Sweeney from WA Media. Now, to be honest, I don't really trust any WA media except for Ryan Daniels. They've got a track record of talking shit, the whole lot of them pretty much. There was one report, I don't remember who it was, but it was a WA journo. You might have to go check the record books for this. This is probably around 2016, 2018 range. Luke Parker was out of contract or thereabouts. And they said, they didn't say maybe, they didn't say he's set to. They said he will. They said Luke Parker will join St Kilda. And I got so excited. Luke Parker was like 24 years old then. Brownlow form worthy, everything like that. You know, I was so excited. The Saints weren't going too well around the 2018-16 range. Wooden spoon, I think, in 2018 or something like that, or thereabouts. I was excited. We had believed to go, oh my God, this guy's going to play with Nick Rewalt and everything like that. We got the number 1 pick. We got Luke Parker. You got everything on your side. I got so excited just to be bloody disappointed because that journo talks shit. And from that day onwards, I will never, ever trust any WA journo unless his name his name is Ryan Daniels. I'm sorry, unless there's a new one that comes out of nowhere, I ain't believing another WA journo. Okay? So, Paddy Sweeney, he isn't too bad like some of the other people, not players, the other people that talk crap there in terms of trades and everything like that. I'll give Paddy Sweeney a chance. Anyway, he says that Hawks will get, and Tom Barrass will join the Hawks on a 5-year deal. Now, I say to Tom, why? Okay, really, why? You could have gone to Sydney last year on like a 5 to 7 year deal on over $1 million a year. Now you're going to go to Hawthorn on about $1 million, over 5. Sydney are better than Hawthorn, number 1. Number 2, your money probably was going to be more at Sydney. So that's a bit of a loss for Tom Barrass, but from a playing point of view, what a huge get that will be for Hawthorn if that eventuates. Tom Barrass, in my eyes, if I could pick any key defender from any club, including the ones we've got right now, it is Tom Barrass. I rate Tom Barrass, I'm not saying he's been the best this year or anything, but I think he is the best key defender in the competition. He has traits that many, and in fact, no other key defenders have all at once. He has strength. He has power. He has size. He has a good leap on him. Think of a guy at that age, in that size, jumping and taking pack marks. You know, he's just fantastic, Tom Barrass. That is a huge blow for the Eagles. In fact, I'm going to add this to Scoops-S Bang. Are West Coast stupid? Apparently they want him out. That is pure stupidity. And don't give me they got no draft picks and all this crap. They're going to have pick 2 or 3 or whatever. Think of other ways. Trade future picks to bring in picks this year if you must. Don't trade out Tom Barrass. Jeremy McGovern is a gun as well. He's got like 1 year left and he's injury prone. Not as much as you, but you know, he's older. Might be rested a lot next year, not play 24 games or whatever, or 23 games. West Coast are dumb. West Coast are seriously dumb. First, they were dumb and getting rid of Adams. First, they were dumb for getting rid of Adam Simpson. Now, they're getting rid of their best player. My God. No wonder they're shit. Because they're getting rid of their best player. I don't care what picks they bring in. I don't care what that ends up meaning. Harley Reid won't be at West Coast once his contract expires. I guarantee you that. He won't be there. So, and then Tim Kelly by then will probably would have retired. Yo would be long gone. Cripps will be done. Liam Ryan, who might not even be there at that point, as he may be leaving this year too. Who the hell are they going to have at that club? Oscar Allen? Ruben Ginby? Yep. And what else? Nothing. No one of significance from the current list right now. No one. 0 or 2. Ginby and Oscar Allen. And Jake Waterman, if he stays. That's it. That's if Jake Waterman continues this good form. Then they got no one. They got no one. They're in for a hell of a ride. And it's not Adam Simpson's fault. But it will be their fault, their list management's fault, if they bother to even attempt to get rid of Tom Barrass. You know, I'm trying to think in my head now, like, so it's what would you take for Tom Barrass? Like, what would kind of tempt you to let him go of your West Coast? Simply nothing. Simply nothing. West Coast would be stupid to get rid of Tom Barrass. They get rid of Tom Barrass, they sell their future. Now, I am aware that he's older, but McGovern won't be there after next year. Jamie Cripps may not. Elliot Yeo won't. Liam Ryan might not be there anyway. He might be at another club at the end of this year. Jake Waterman might be gone. They've got no ruckman. Flynn and Williams aren't the options. Reed won't be there once his contract's expired. Like, they're in for a world of pain if they even bother to get rid of Tom Barrass. What, so they can get some potential first-round draft picks that may or may not do well? If Hawthorn finish 8th, their pick's going to be like 11. Tom Barrass, they're not worth trading Tom Barrass for pick 11. And even if it was thrown a future first for Hawthorn, let's say they finish around the 8 again. Let's say 10 and 11 for Tom Barrass. No, thank you. No, thank you. There's no picks that would even tempt me to get rid of Tom Barrass. Now, I know, like, what was if given pick 1, Scoops? No. No. You want to know why? Because pick 1 could potentially be a bust. Could be Tom McCartan. Not Tom McCartan. It could be a Paddy McCartan. Could be a Aaron Cadman. Could be a Tom Boyd. Could be any other Jack Watts. Could be any other previous first-round draft pick. Trek Trengove, I think it was pick 1 as well, wasn't he? Or thereabouts. Like, you know, they're no guarantee to be good. Okay? And if it's just pick 1 on its own, that's wouldn't even bother. And plus, it's one player, and that's a future player who may not even be good. And if they are good, they may not be good straight away. Unless your name's Nick Dacos, well, then that's another story for another day, or Harry Sheasel. But it's not worth getting rid of. Just simply is not. I encourage you, Eagles, list management, and Jared Schofield, if you remain the coach, and whoever the new coach will be, I will not be letting Tom Barrass go under any circumstances. Do I make myself abundantly clear to you? If you get rid of Tom Barrass, your club will be irrelevant for the next 5+ years. And when I say irrelevant, I'm talking bottom 4, not making finals for at least 5 years. Think again before trying to get rid of Tom Barrass. There is other avenues to do, other ways to build your list and everything. Getting rid of Tom Barrass is not the one. And don't give me, he's the only one with the value. There's plenty of other players there that would have value. You know, like Allen and Jinby and Reed. Yeah, do not, and I repeat, do not trade Tom Barrass. Otherwise, the club will be irrelevant again for the next 5+ years. Hope you're watching that whole part there, Eagles, because you can't get rid of your future. I was going to say your future, but he's not your future, but I don't care that he's older and he's got value. Just keep him. He can be the leader of the club with Oscar Allen. The 2 key pillars, Barrass and Oscar Allen. Don't stuff it up. Don't stuff up what you've already got. If anything, you know Harley Reid's going, okay? Let's be real, okay? Harley Reid will leave once his contract expires. If you're going to try and get rid of anyone, like, speak to Harley, okay? And put an ultimatum to him, okay? Let me bring this back up again. I've got an added part to this. An ultimatum to you. This is what the Eagles should say to Harley Reid, okay? Now, this might sound stupid, so hear me out. The Eagles are better off trading Harley Reid than Tom Barrass, and I'm going to tell you why, okay? You say to Harley, okay, you got another 2 years to go after this year, right? Here's the contract. Here's a 5-year extension, or however many years around that length. Say, Harley, here's 5 years. Here's $1 million a year. Take it or leave it. Okay? You might want to give him a month or something. Well, before the trade period. Say, Harley, here. Sign this, or we're trading you out. Because they will be able to maximize huge right now. Don't let this drag out. If you let Harley Reid's contract drag out, and then he ends up leaving at the end of the contract when he's out of contract, you aren't going to get as much for him then as you will now. And while he started his career well, maximizing that, he's contracted. You've got all the leverage. Go to someone like, say to someone like Richmond, hypothetically, who have pick 1. Go, all right, Richmond, Harley Reid's here. What would you give us? And say, we want pick 1. We want a future first. And we want, a player like Liam Baker. And then you have maybe Shai Bolton to this. This might sound ridiculous, but the Eagles need to be definitive to Harley and say, look, we want you as our future leader. We want you as our future captain. We want you as the future of this club. Sign long-term or piss off. Because they're not getting any value out of anyone else right now. And there's no one else that's got value that they should be trading. Allen or Barrass. Okay? They need those two. But Harley's the one that will be questioned for the next few years and the next few months leading into the trade period. Does he want to commit long-term? If he doesn't, say buy and maximise now. Then you may be able to fix yourself up. But you're not going to if you trade Tom Barrass. You're going to be for a world of hurt, and you may not even get what he's actually worth. Because apparently you're trying to force him out, which is stupid. Honestly, is stupid. So I'm going to repeat this one more time. West Coast, if you're listening and watching this, under no circumstances, do not trade Tom Barrass. Otherwise, you'll be in for a world of pain and being down the bottom at the island of irrelevancy for at least the next 5+ years. Do not trade Tom Barrass under any circumstances. There, done. Now, I'm not bringing that up again tonight. Right, okay. So, yeah. So, the AFL lift game. Pathetic. Back on the old Scoops-S Bank topic. All right. Oh, that went a long time. We still got a lot to talk about. All right, let's go through. Start to pick up the pace, I feel like. Otherwise, I'll be here till 5 a.m. at this rate. Big show lined up. I told you all. Big show. All right. My Supercoach talk. I scored 2,264. I'm still in the top 28%. I dropped down significantly in the rankings. I still got that one trade. I thought about leaving it with Grundy Chat from Longmire, but now that they need to be winning, he probably won't be rested. He still might. I had Charlie Kerner. He was in doubt this week, so I didn't want to trade it. I wanted to keep it, even though I had a bench player on the bench playing, but that was Dowling. And then he was dropped this week, so I'm like umming and ahhing. I'm going, I'll just leave it again. And the only option to cover the Grundy loss, if he does go, is Luke Jackson, who's been shit and doesn't deserve to be in my team. And I don't want him in my team. Don't want him, but he's the only one I could get, and I don't want him. So I'm dragging this out as long as I can. And really, there's not much other options in the forward line, and that's the only position I can do it in. So, you know what? Screw it. I'm just not doing the trade. And now Harry Sheasel's in doubt this week after the ankle complaint, and he shouldn't have been on the field in the last quarter. He cost them the game, and Oscar Allen kicked the winning goal. Yeah, so I'm holding that trade. How's your ranking going? Tell me how you're going now. We have 2 rounds to go in the Scoops Fan Club Supercoach League. Let's see who's on top, because that's all that really matters now, I think. And I think that's all you guys and girls care about. I'm 149th, and I dropped 1 spot. In first place, I have Riley Markov, the year, 49,709. He's going to need some catching from Justin on 49,527. Ben, 49,518. Fourth, Declan Rowan, the Saints, has been up there all year. 49,516. He dropped after scoring 2,379, where Riley got 2,736. And fifth is Rolls Macca on 49,480. We've got Zach in 8th place. We've got Shano in 10th. And then Graz has dropped all the way down to 31. So, yeah, there we go. Comment down below. All right, now it's time to go through my scoops. Round 22, AFL Team of the Week. From the back line, the pockets, Luke Ryan and Daniel Rioli. Full back, Jeremy McGovern. Half back line, the flanks, Colby McKercher and Josh Battle. Centre half back, James Sicily. Wingers, Massimo D'Ambrosio and Lachlan Scholl. Centreman, Jack Sinclair. Half forward line, the flankers, Mac, Andrew, and Ben Keys. Centre half forward, Rowan Marshall. Alrighty. Also, the forward pockets, Paul Curtis and Cozzy Pickett. Full forward, The match-winning man, Oscar Allen. The ruckman, Tristan Cherry. Rovers, Isaac Heaney. And Chad Warner. Interchange, Matt Rowell. Jordan Clark. Harry Sheasel. Callum Wilkie. And Tim Membry. The emergencies, Jack Gunston, Harry Himmelberg, Zach Merritt, Nick Martin, and Heath Chapman. Right. Thoughts and reasons. Let's go. All right. So, really hard to pick some defenders this week. There were so many good defenders. You know, I got Clark on the bench. I got Wilkie on the bench. And I got Himmelberg and Chapman who have missed out. And it's far out. It's tough. Ryan at 36. McGovern at 23 for like 14 intercept possessions. Daniel Rioli at 36. Colby McCurcher at 37. Sicily at 30. Battle at 28. I've even had to push Jack Sinclair there. I know he played down in the back line a lot yesterday for the Saints. I just put him there, really. I mean, it's insane. Massimo was around halfback and wing as well. So was Lockie Scholl. So I just, really, I've pushed more defenders out, really, this week than mids, to be brutally honest with you. And Rowan Marshall up forward, I know he played in the ruck, but he kicked 3 goals and pushed down the forward line. So it's a week to put him in there, considering he kicked 3 goals and he had 23 touches. Mac Andrew kicked the winning goal, and oh, how sweet that was ending the Bombers season. Well, so we thought at the time, at least. Ben Keys kicked 3 and 18. Lockie Scholl at over 30. Massimo at 30 or 31. Sinclair at 31, I think. Paul Kurz kicked 3, 4, and 15. Oscar Allen kicked 5. Posy Pickett kicked 3, 1 with 22, 24 touches. Tristan Cherry at 30 disposals. He's got to be in the conversation with Rowan Marshall, the All-Australian ruck duo for 2024, not Max Gawn. Isaac Heaney and Chad Warner's first quarters. Last quarters were, my God, amazing. As Geelong Meyer said, for Heaney's the best quarter he's ever seen of anyone ever. So that's high praise. But according to Horse, he was just making excuses, which he wasn't. Matt Rowell, Gold Coast's best player in their great win. Jordan Clark, really good at goal in 28 in game 100. Disappointed for his side to choke again at 3-quarter time. The 6th time they've lost at 3-quarter time. Harry Sheasel, despite being injured in the last quarter, I thought he still did well. Callum Wilkie, 23, 24 touches, like 10 intercept possessions and 1%ers combined, if not more. And Heath Chapman, 24 touches. I was going to put him in, but like I just said, I pushed Massimo, 6 and Scholl into the midfield part. That's how strong they bloody were. And then the Gunston was the next forward. Himmelberg, Martin, and Chapman were the next defenders, and Merritt was the next midfielder, or one of anyway. So let me know your thoughts down below. No Patrick Dangerfield. I don't know why people are so upset that I didn't include Paddy Dangerfield. Look at his efficiency. He's like 48, 54%, pathetic. Tom Green was under consideration again. People should show some respect to Tom Green a lot more. A lot more. Now, let me know your thoughts on my team down below. Comment what you would have changed, etc., and what you would do. Please let me know down below. Alrighty. Now, what are we going through now? Let's go review and preview the games just gone and upcoming to wrap us up. Still got a little bit to go through that. Oh, by the way, if you know any AFL, AFLW players, let me start that again. If you know any AFL, AFLW players, any up-and-coming draftees, or any state league players like VFLW, Waffle W, Sandful W, VFL Waffle or Sample, and you love to see them on the podcast and a Gold King Challenge or an interview, please do send me a message and we'll try and get something sorted. There is an interview I've recorded tonight that'll be out tomorrow. Someone who played in the state championships for Queensland. There's your teaser. You'll see that video out more than likely tomorrow. And yeah, if you know anyone, please do let me know and we'll post it and we'll sort something out. And then it'll be posted once we record it, of course. Anyway, so yeah, please do. If you know anyone in those leagues, please send me a message on Instagram, AFL Info Live. I feel like some of you may not remember my Instagram if you're not on Instagram or don't follow my Instagram page, AFL Info Live, right there. Would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, so let's go review round 22. The best round of football in season 24. The best round in football in 2024 in round 22. Tongue twister there. All right, let's get the games up, shall we? Swans Collingwood. I alluded to the robbery and everything like that, so I'm not going to repeat that. 89-86. Chad Warner and Isaac Kenny's fourth quarter from Chad Warner and Isaac Kenny were amazing. They were the game changers. They're why Collingwood choked the lead. Goulden got the goal to put them in front. Then the robbery happened. But yeah, credit to those guys in particular. They were awesome. Darcy Cameron was one of Collingwood's better players. I don't know how he got second most coaches votes, but like I say, coaches votes are shit. And to be honest, not worth bringing them up, especially when I've got a lot of things to talk about. But anyway, here we are. All right, next game. But, Collingwood's final chances were gone at that point, but with Bulldogs losing and Carlton losing, they're not out of it yet. North Melbourne 97, West Coast 102. West Coast came from behind, 32 points down at one point, I think it was. North Melbourne choked a 5-goal lead as well. Oscar Alex did great last-minute goal. Andrew Gaff, I've got to mention Gaffy, retired after this weekend on Sunday against Carlton. Congratulations to Andrew Gaff on a great career. 279 games as of right now. We'll play on the weekend, barring any freaking injuries or something at training. A great career. Was one of the most high-profile players about 4 years ago. An elite wingman. And what a courageous mark he took from about 50 out on the weekend in Tassie, which ended up setting up that Oscar Allen goal. That Oscar Allen goal does not happen without Andrew Gaff. Congratulations to Andrew Gaff on a great career. I'm sure you'll see more retirements throughout the week. Congratulations to all those people. I'm expecting a Dylan Grimes an announcement. An announcement. I am expecting him oh my God. I told you I can't speak tonight. I am expecting an announcement about Dylan Grimes retiring. That's been in the works for a while, I believe. I've heard a lot of journos bring that up and reading between the lines and, trying to find out. It looks like Dylan Grimes will retire, so well done to him on his career if he does retire. Tom Hawkins and Dustin Martin last week. I mentioned them both on the podcast last week, so I'm not going to repeat it there. Tom Hawkins maybe back in the last round, not against my Saints this week, but in the week after against West Coast. I think they got a GMH that week. And that may be his last ever game because they may not make finals if we beat them and the Eagles beat them. You never know. It's one of those seasons you just don't know. And the Eagles beat the Bulldogs and knocked them out of finals last year. So, hey, who knows? And the Saints off Geelong out of finals last year. So, never write off the Saints and the Eagles to beat Geelong, okay? Just don't forget about us. Don't forget about us. 97-102. Cherry was awesome. McGovern was good. Oscar Allen was good. Sheasel and McKercher. Oscar Allen and Paul Curtis. They were the only good players, really. Josh Simpkin played his part. Warren kicked 1 goal for him. Brady Hoff played his part. 64-82. The Giants beat the Brisbane Lions. The Lions, again, choked the lead. They were up by like 4 goals. Started the last quarter. They got no one to blame but themselves. The Giants win by 3 goals. Tom Green kicked the match-winning goal for me. And Tom Green haters can be quiet. Tom Green is one of the best players in the competition today. Don't at me for that. He simply is. That's not an insult. That's just a fact of life. Yeah. So, yeah. So, simple as that. He was awesome. So was Whitfield, Sam Taylor, Brent Daniels. What did he do this week? Brent Daniels. I thought he wasn't amazing. James Peatling got the most coaches votes. He had 20 touches and 6 tackles. Darcy Jones. How important was Darcy Jones? 2 goals, 18 disposals. He was one of the difference makers. One of the difference makers in the last quarter was Darcy Jones. The helmet. He missed an ACL in his first year last year. People got to forget that. This is his second year of the comp, first year playing games in the AFL. So well done to Darcy Jones. Yeah. Brent Daniels, wish you were bad last week, mate. It cost me a Supercoach league against a friend. Where is Brent Daniels? Did he even play this week? Can't even find his name on here. Brent Daniels not play. He did. A goal on 16, 68 fantasy. Yeah, of course. Don't do as much as you did last week, buddy. Dog. But anyway, the next game was a twilight game, Geelong and Fremantle. 62-73, Geelong by 11. People say give credit to Geelong. Well, I'm going to rip into Fremantle here. 6th time this year, you've had a lead at 3/4 time and blew it. You've got no one to blame but yourself. Simple as that. Absolute shit. Where do these players come from? Where were you when the cookie, not the cookie, they crumbled like a cookie. when the going got tough, they weren't seen. Where was those players that, that built them to where they've got this year? They were gone. They were gone. And I'm not giving credit to Geelong. Fremantle lost it for themselves. Geelong didn't win it. Fremantle lost it for themselves. And if they miss out on finals now because of the other results, they've got no one to blame but themselves. 6 games. They've led it 3/4 time and lost 6 times. Essendon game recently, they just did it against Geelong. They've done it 4 other games. Unacceptable. Freo. Sarong kicked 3 and had 22 was good. Luke Ryan was terrific with 36. Jordan Clark in his 100th game. 100th game, not 150. He'll get there. Not his 100th game. It was his 100th game. Okay, I don't know. I can't speak tonight. I apologise. But yeah, no one to blame it themselves. Then the night games. Oh boy, Melbourne and Port. I want to talk about that one first. 51-53. Low scoring affair, not great. Quinton Narkle, the sub, got a goal with 10 minutes to go, which ended up being the last goal. Credit to Adelaide for getting an important win, top 4 now, and they're probably safe. They got Freo next week, and they got the showdown this week. Unless they lose both, then they're in trouble too. Again, that depends if Carlton and Essendon and Collingwood win both their games. But Butters was good. Horn Francis wasn't that good. Let's be real. He had 8 turnovers, and he had 2 clearances for a midfielder. That's not good enough. Max Gawn was Melbourne's best player. Cozzy Pickett was the best player for Melbourne and potentially on the ground. Max Gawn was their other good player who beat that Samful hack, Jordan Sweet. Outside of that, they did nothing. Dan Houston was pretty good with 28 touches. Boat 29. Rosie 28. Butters 1 and 30 with 3 tackles. And Jack Billings is very good for the Demons with 1 behind, 23 disposals, 7 marks, 3 tackles at 70% efficiency. Great to see JB doing well at 28 years of age. He's played 169 AFL games. To the people that troll him, you've played 0. He's played 169. That's 169 more games and counting, more than you'll ever play. So, yeah. All right, the next game, it is Gold Coast v Essendon. Gold Coast, 87. Essendon, 86. Mac Andrew ended Essendon's season. So for that, Mac Andrew, thank you very much, my friend. You've done me something that I'm very happy that you've done. You've eliminated those trolls whose 7,000 plus day of winning a final streak will bloody continue. Thank you, Mac Andrew. You know what? Okay, that's it. You know what? Mac Andrew, this one is for you. You deserve it because you had your moment, my friend, and you eliminated Essendon's season. And to Essendon fans, you deserve it, Essendon fans. You got what's coming and sucked in. Call a friend and tell them that Essendon lost. Literally everyone. Call a friend. Call them right now and say, Scoops wanted me to call you. Say, Scoops wanted you. Oh my God, I can't speak tonight. Ring a friend and tell them, Scoops wanted me to call you to tell you that Essendon lost and they deserved it. They did. They really did. Right. So, okay. So now let's actually talk about the game. Mac Andrew kicked the winning goal late. Essendon blew chances. They kicked 1-9 in the last quarter, but there was a few rushed in that. Mac Andrew did what everyone wanted him to do and kicked that goal after the siren, and Essendon's season is over. Nah. Actually, you know what, Essendon fans? I'm going to enjoy this because you know what, Essendon fans? Guess what else, Essendon fans? Nah. I'll just say myself. I feel like nah. Nah. Hey. Goodbye. Nah. Nah. Hey. Goodbye. How do you feel now? And before the Essendon trolls keep saying, "Oh, how's Saints going, Scoops? They're going real well, aren't they, champ?" Nah, we smashed you a couple of weeks ago. You're the one with no finals victory in over 7,000 plus days. I'm good. I've accepted that we weren't making finals for about 10 weeks now. No, I don't care. I really don't care. And we beat you 2 weeks ago by like 60 points, 70 points. So I don't give a shit. And if you want to bring up the premierships, sure. Bring up the old saying, when someone resorts to bringing up, how many premierships the team's won, they've got no original comeback. That's so 1920s excuses. Like, no one cares. And quite frankly, to be honest, no premiership should count before like the 1990s or whatever. So, like, because they were VFL or whatever they were called premierships. So they shouldn't really count either. When teams had the only reason, by the way, that Essendon or Carlton or Collingwood or Richmond or whatever have all those premierships at the top of the ladder is because when the competition started, I'm not sure if you're fully aware, there wasn't 18 teams, there wasn't 16 teams, it was like bloody 10. So it was much easier to win premierships back then. So they shouldn't count. Plain and simple. That's not an insult, that's just a fact of life. Yeah, acknowledge me. I am the OTC, the original tribal chief, and Roman Reigns, of course. But yeah, suck on that one, Essendon fans. Goodbye. Nah. Hey. Goodbye. I just did my own rendition of it then. Nah. Essendon's done. Hey. Bye. Oh, they're going to be seething, but I don't care. As my good mate Liv Morgan was saying in the WWE, if you don't like it, go cry about it. If you don't like it, go cry about it. Oh, Mac Andrew, you legend, mate. He was good. Matt Rowell, he kicked 4, by the way. Matt Rowell was really good. He had 30 disposals. Nick Martin got a lot of cheap touches. Zach Merritt tried, and the team didn't really try at the end. They lost. Now, Sunday games, 38 to 112. What the hell was that, Carlton? Hawthorn destroyed you. They probably ended your season, potentially. And you've had 5 injuries. Charlie Curnow, Jordan Boyd, Lockie Fody, Adam Sard. There was a 5th one off the top of my head. I can't remember, but it doesn't matter. Because their season's over almost as well. They're hanging on by a thread. Bulldogs losing is why there's still a chance. Yeah, they got no one to blame it themselves. I know the injuries do heavily impact it, and Charlie Curnow was led by that. The question whether he should have played, but seriously, Michael Voss spoke and said he was fit, he passed the test. It's something they have to manage the rest of the year anyway. So don't blame them. He passed the fitness test like the day before, or 2 days before. So don't be blaming Michael Voss and the Carlton crew for that. Unfortunately, that just happens, It just happens. So, whatever. So, yeah. Anyway, nothing to say. The Hawks were terrific. Jai Newcomb and Dylan Moore and Massimo D'Ambrosio and James Sicily and Jack Ginnivan all played their part. And for Carlton, Matt Kennedy and the rest, no one deserves a mention. They were shit. All of them were shit. Matt Kennedy's the only one that gets a mention. Sam Walsh underperformed again. Supercoach as well. Pathetic. I don't want Sam Walsh in my team ever again. Ever again at this rate. Seriously, I don't know why I felt for that. I want Colby McKerchik back. Thanks, Colbs. I might even bring Colby in this week at this point if Sheasel's out. No, I wouldn't do that. But anyway, well, could I? We have to wait and see, I guess, especially if Sheasel's out. I have to think about it and it'll be a consideration. Yeah, all right. Next game, the Saints 50. Richmond 51, Saints 99. Saints by 48 points. Really happy. Now, yes, I didn't vlog the first half. Yes, I didn't vlog the first half because I was coming back from the state championships games. I watched the game on my phone, relax. I watched the whole game as well, half on the phone. well, technically half, because I got actually at Marvel in the last 4 minutes of the second quarter. So don't tell me anything else. I got proof that I was there during the second quarter, because go watch my vlog. You'll see Rowan Marshall kick a goal in the vlog when I was there on the ground level, walking around. So further proof. Further proof. Anyway, I don't know what the hell I just said then. Jesus Christ. These I can't speak tonight. I apologize again. Anyway, you know, so proud of Timmy Membry. So proud of Timmy Membry. 3 goals, like 15 touches, 8 marks. The guy's a gun. We should never let him go. If they even let him go, I'm going to be pissed. Josh Battle, please stay. You're a machine. I've been saying this for 2 years. Last year I said it, and this year. Josh Battle, 28 touches. Please don't leave Josh. And then, Jack Sinclair was awesome with like 31 touches. Paddy Dow was a late inclusion for my man Matei, who I said earlier was out with illness. Hopefully he's all good and plays this week. Like 22 touches, 1 goal, 1. Sidestepped his brother, Thompson Dow, which is funny. And great to see them both verse each other for the first time, I believe. Well, at least for St Kilda Richmond, not Carlton Richmond. But yeah, great to see him do well, and I'm really pleased because he had his doubters last week. He did really well as a sub last week, having 10 touches. There's guys in the twos that will want to get in the team, like Tom Campbell, Riley Bonner want to get back in, Hugo Garcia want to get back in. Jack Hayes come back in. He's come back through the twos on the weekend, kicked a couple. Matt Allison kicked two and had 24 touches. There's some players wanting to get in the team and back in the team. So to wait and see. Ari Showmaker want to get back in. So we'll have to, wait and see. Max Hall, the mid-season recruits back from injury, had the last 4 or 5 weeks of an injury. Brett Crouch, hopefully he doesn't retire. Apparently his knee issue's that bad that he might have to retire, which I hope not. Which I hope is not the case, because I like him. Zach Jones is in career best form, season best form. Sorry, he's had better years, but in terms of a blocker form, he's been elite last month. Over 20 touches each game. I think on the weekend he had 21, something like that, or 18, 19, thereabouts, 20 basically. But yeah, he did really well. And I'm happy for him to do well because he had his doubters as well. And those creeks have shut up now. For Richmond, Daniel Rioli was good. And Sam Banks, I thought, played his role as well. All right, the final game to go through is Adelaide and Bulldogs. Wow, the Crows, 111. Bulldogs, 72. What the hell was that? Adam Treloar was their only good player. No one else is getting a mention because they're all shit. And they should be embarrassed. And Luke Beveridge should be embarrassed of that performance. I'm sorry, Bevo. Your team was shit. And the Crows were awesome. Matty Nick's under a lot of pressure. That's a confidence-boosting win that they needed going into the showdown this week. Rory Laird is their best player. He's a gun. Matt Crouch, what a difference Matt Crouch makes to that side. People, again, said, he's a ball butcher. He accumulates it but does nothing with it. I'm sure those doubters have pissed off a long time ago. I hate the people that bag the Crouch brothers. They just don't know what they're talking about. Jordan Dawson was all right. Lockie Scholl was terrific with 34 touches. Ben Keys kicked 3 goals with 19 touches. That's why he's in my team of the week. And Max McElhaney played his part. And Riley Thilthorpe kicked 2 goals with Josh Rochelle. All right. Let's wrap the... sorry, by the way. Darcy Fogarty kicked 5. And I've just realised I don't have Darcy Fogarty in my team of the week. Oh, shit. Crap. Actually, crap. Oh God. I'm going to have to make an updated graphic. Bear with me. 3, 2, 1. So it's like I never left because I paused it. So I've updated the banner and I've made a big change. I've put Paul Curtis to the bench. So here it is. Oh, God. See, I rushed it so much that I far out. Stupid thing. All right, let me apologies everyone. I'm gonna change it again, and this time I'm gonna make sure that the app doesn't change the spelling on me. Gee whiz. Gee, I'm having a great day speaking and these apps. Like, jeez. All right, let's try this again. Take 3. Third time's a charm, as they say, right? Here it is. So there we go. Good. So Darcy Fogarty has gone into the field of play ahead of Paul Curtis, who's been put to the bench. And Harry Sheasel. Oh my God. Now Sheasel's name's spelt wrong. What the is going on? Oh my God. Okay. Seriously. This app is definitely doing this to me on purpose. I spelled his name correctly. Okay, this app is just playing that. It's where it changes the team for you. Far out. That's oh God, help me. There we go. Right, this should be it. Okay. Right, now it's done. Let's talk. So Darcy Fogarty has gone on the field in place of Paul Curtis, who's gone to the bench. And Harry Sheasel has gone into emergencies. The only reason is because of his last quarter performance that cost him the game late, which led to the Oscar Allen goal and the Andrew Gaff mark, etc. And some other plays in the last quarter. We just wasn't his fault, but he shouldn't have been on the field. So I've bumped him to the emergencies. Harsh, probably, but had to pick someone, and it wasn't going to be Tim Membry. It wasn't going to be Tim Membry. It's not going to be Cal Wilkie. So, yeah, that's who it is. All right. So there you go. So let's quickly go through previewing round 23. It's going to be a late stream. I know this is going to be starting at like 11:45 Melbourne time. So 11:45 Melbourne time. So apologies for the late video, as I said. But if you're watching this, it's probably midnight now. So yeah, apologies in advance, everyone. Let's preview the round 23 games. Literally, let's go through this really quickly. Friday night at Marvel Stadium, 7:40 Vic time. It is Essendon and Sydney at Marvel. I'll be tipping the Swans in this one by 35 points. Gold Coast and Melbourne, Saturday, 1:45 at Metricon Stadium, Heritage Bank. I'm not calling it the other name. I'm going to tip the Gold Coast Suns to beat Melbourne and end their season officially by 26 points. GWS and Fremantle, Saturday, 1:45, big game. I'm going to go the Giants by 20 points at home. Again, I'm calling this Giants Stadium, not their current name, because that's also ridiculous. Saturday, 4:35 at the MCG. It is Collingwood hosting Brisbane at the MCG, 4:35, big time. I'll be tipping the Pies in this one by 1 point, the grand final rematch at the MCG. Took until round 23, but here we are. Saturday night, 2 huge games, Port Adelaide and Adelaide in the showdown, 7:30 Vic time. I'll be tipping the Power in this one by 2 points. 2 points. 2 points. And the Saints hosting Geelong, 7:30 Marble Stadium, Saturday night. Come on, Saints. Just beat Geelong and I don't give a shit. I'll be tipping the Saints in this one by 12 points. And return of Mateus Filippo. And I'm going to tell you this right now. The 2 last goals of the game will be the 2 Saints players which get us the win. And it's going to be my man, Bartler, and Mateus Filippo. Whoever kicks the goal first, I don't care. Be those 2. All aboard the Filippo train. And Dan Butler. The Sunday games, let's rip through them. Sunday, 1:10 at Marvel Stadium. Vic time. It is Bulldogs hosting North. I'll go the Bulldogs, unfortunately, by 12 points. You know what? No, screw it. 22 points. Next game is Hawthorn v Richmond at the MCG, 3:20 Vic time. I'm going to be tipping Hawthorn in this one by 77 points at the MCG, 3:20 Vic time. In the final game, West Coast hosting Carlton at Optus Stadium, 4:40 Vic time. Sorry, Eagles fans. The Blues will win this one by 27 points. My final thoughts are simply this. You want me on Cameo? Head to cameo.com/Cooper G. You want me to roast a friend, wish on her birthday, anything at all, cameo.com/Cooper G. If you know any AFL, AFLW players, any up-and-coming draftees or any state league players, and you love some of the podcast and the Gold King Challenge or an interview, whether it's VFLW, Waffle W, Sample W, I can't speak. I've told you how many times I've told you this. I can't speak tonight. If you know any AFL, AFLW play, third time's a charm. If you know any AFL, AFLW players, any up-and-coming draftees, or any state league players like VFLW, Waffle W, Sample W, VFL Waffle or Sample, VFLW, Waffle W, you know, oh God. If you know any VFL, oh my God, now I don't even know how to start. If you know any AFL, AFLW players, any up-and-coming draftees, or any state league players like VFLW, Waffle W, Sample W, Viva Waffle or Sample, and you love some on the podcast and a Gold King Challenge or an interview, please do send me a message and we'll try and get something sorted. Thank you all for watching. If you know any AFL, AFLW players, any up-and-coming draftees, or any state league players like VFLW, Waffle W, Sample W, VFL, Waffle, or Sample, and you love some of the podcast in a Gold King Challenge or an interview, please do send me a message and we'll try and get something sorted. Thank you all. The most important thing of all to remember is go the Saints, and of course acknowledge me, the one, the tribal chief, Scoops, and Roman Reigns.